So, ready to take a deep dive into quantum AI and how it's going to shake up Industry 4.0.
Let's do it.
We've got a ton of research and expert opinions to unpack today.
It's a really fascinating area. Most people, when they hear quantum, they think like spaceships and teleportation.
It does sound pretty sci-fi.
Right. But the reality is we're seeing quantum physics and artificial intelligence coming together in a way that's going to be a total game changer, like way beyond just cool gadgets.
It feels like we're on the edge of something huge, right? We're already seeing AI changing everything, but it still feels like the early days.
Oh, absolutely. We're just scratching the surface. And you know what the biggest limitation is right now? It's not that we don't have smart enough algorithms. It's computing power.
Yeah.
And that's where quantum computing comes in. See,
Mhm.
instead of bits, which are either 0 or 1,
Right, the building blocks of, well, everything digital.
exactly, quantum computers, they use qubits.
Qubits, those are the things that can be 0 and 1 at the same time.
You got it. It's a wild concept. That's what we call superposition, being multiple states at once. And it's what gives quantum computers their insane power. They can explore tons of possibilities simultaneously, so they blow regular computers out of the water when it comes to speed for certain tasks. Imagine trying to find one specific grain of sand on a whole beach.
Okay, that's a lot of sand.
Ah,
How does a quantum computer help?
a normal computer would have to check every single grain one by one.
Yeah,
Right?
that would take forever.
A quantum computer is like it can look at every grain at the same time. That's a huge oversimplification, but you get the idea.
So much faster.
Exactly. And when you apply that to AI, that's when things get really interesting. That's quantum AI, right?
Exactly. It's using these superpowered quantum algorithms to do things AI could never do before. Like, imagine analyzing gigantic data sets instantly, finding patterns that would take a classical computer years, even decades to find. We're talking about solutions we could only dream of.
This is starting to sound like something out of a movie. Are there any real-world applications for this, or is it all still theoretical at this point?
Oh, it's becoming very real very fast. Take drug discovery, for example. Right now, designing a new drug, you need to simulate how different molecules interact, and it's incredibly complex.
I can imagine trying to map out all those tiny interactions.
It takes forever. But quantum AI could potentially speed those simulations up exponentially. We could go from years to find a promising drug candidate down to weeks, maybe even days. Now that's a game changer. What about other fields? Where else are we seeing this kind of potential with quantum AI?
Oh, tons of places.
Oh,
Financial modeling, for one.
yeah.
Imagine financial models so accurate they can predict market trends with incredible precision, or assess risk in a way that's just not possible now. That's the power quantum AI could bring to finance.
It's amazing to think about. But then you've got Industry 4.0, which is a whole other level. Smart factories, supply chains that talk to each other, data flying everywhere. How does quantum AI even fit into that?
Well, that's the thing about Industry 4.0, right? It's all about using data to make things better, more efficient. But there's so much data, even our best algorithms start to choke.
Too much of a good thing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Think about a factory where every machine is wired up, spitting out data every second. Temperature, vibration, energy use, you name it.
You'd need a supercomputer just to keep up.
That's the idea. And even then, it's not always enough. But with quantum AI, imagine being able to analyze all that data in real time, not just spot problems, but actually predict them before they even happen.
That's wild. So we're talking about factories that are practically psychic. Are there companies actually doing this right now, using quantum AI like that?
There are some really cool examples popping up. Volkswagen, for instance, they use quantum AI to tackle traffic in Beijing.
Beijing traffic. That's brave.
No kidding. They took data from thousands of taxis, factored in traffic patterns, even the weather,
Mm.
and they were able to optimize routes in a way that cut down on congestion significantly.
So quantum AI to unsnarl the worst traffic jams. Nice. What about other industries?
Healthcare is another big one. Biogen, they're using it to speed up drug discovery.
I was just thinking about how long it takes to get new drugs to market. How does that even work?
They're using these new quantum algorithms to compare molecular structures. It's really complex stuff, but basically, it could help us find new medications much faster.
That's huge. Who else is jumping on the quantum bandwagon?
Well, Airbus is experimenting with quantum simulations to develop new materials for their planes.
Like lighter and stronger.
Exactly. Less fuel consumption, lower emissions. And JP Morgan Chase is using it to build these incredibly advanced financial models.
It's everywhere. Sounds like everyone wants a piece of the quantum pie. But with all this hype, I have to ask, are there reasons to be cautious about all this?
Oh, for sure. It's still early days. Quantum computing has always had a lot of hype around it.
Overpromising and underdelivering. Sometimes the potential is there, no doubt, but we got to be realistic. The technology is still developing, especially on the hardware side.
What does that mean the hardware isn't there yet?
It's incredibly difficult and expensive to build and maintain these quantum computers. They're very delicate, prone to errors. In early versions, they just couldn't handle some of the problems we're throwing at them.
So the hardware needs to catch up. What about the software?
That's the other piece, right? Quantum algorithms, they're a whole different beast. You can't just take a regular algorithm and run it on a quantum computer. We need new ways of programming, new ways of thinking about computation.
So you're saying it's not enough to just have these powerful quantum computers?
It's not just about the hardware.
You need the software to back it up to really unlock their potential.
Exactly. We need programmers who can think in this new quantum way. It's like a whole new language for computers.
It really is. And it requires a whole new way of thinking about problems, about solutions.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the people using it, the way we adapt to this new reality.
Absolutely. Integrating quantum AI into a business, it's not like flipping a switch.
It's a process.
It's a transformation.
It affects everything.
It touches every part of an organization, from the way decisions are made to the company culture itself.
It's a cultural shift then, as much as a technological one.
You could say that, yeah.
So for someone listening, trying to wrap their head around all this, what's the one thing they should take away from this deep dive into quantum AI?
Stay curious.
Stay curious.
Don't be afraid to learn, to experiment, because this field is moving so fast.
It's like we're standing at the edge of something brand new, something incredible.
And a little bit daunting.
Definitely. But mostly exciting, right? The possibilities are endless.
The potential is there to solve some of the biggest challenges we face.
That's what makes this so fascinating.
That's a whole new world of possibilities.
It certainly is. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive into quantum AI and its role in Industry 4.0.
Until next time.
Thanks for joining us.